Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Detroit Lions are getting ready to move on and transition from Glover Quin to Tracy Walker. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. We'll miss another video. And Glover Quin ain't been like playing his usual snaps. They cut his snaps down in this defense. He ain't really transitioning into this defense well. And on top of that, he was considering retiring, because his family, like I said before, his family still lives in Houston, and he wanted to be close to his family. Made a decision to come back this year, which probably, other than the money, was probably a bad decision because he wasn't a fit in Patricia's system, and pretty much no safety was a great fit in Patricia's system. I mean, I can't believe that we thought that Miles Killebrew was going to not work in a more friendlier defensive system than Terrell Austin, and was going to work in Matt Patricia's system. It seems like none of the safeties are really working. Even Tavon Wilson, a guy that came from that Patriot way at one point in that system, he ain't working. He's regressed in this Matt Patricia system. And Tracy Walker, he flashed, though. I think he should have been playing a lot more snaps this year, but they've been splitting snaps up amongst the few safeties they got. But like I said before, Glover Quin was pondering retirement. He came and got a paycheck. And obviously, if the Lions do cut him, they save $6.2 million in cap space. And obviously, they drafted Tracy Walker because they thought that Glover Quin was going to retire. So it makes sense. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Glover Quin land somewhere else. He may can land back with the Texans. You know what I'm saying? He can land somewhere. If the Dallas Cowboys can use him, and he still can ball. I don't think it's a thing where he got old overnight. I think it's a usage thing. They didn't use him enough, and he didn't fit the system. And Matt Patricia is, you plug in my system and you play in my system, or you ain't gonna fit here. You do things my way. And don't forget, Glover Quin had instincts. He was a ball hawk. A lot of things he did was on instinct. He had that free reign with Terrell Austin, man. And with this defense, it just didn't really work for him. I don't think it's a thing where he just dropped drastically. He was beat up, or he, physically wasn't able to do it no more. Mentally, he declined drastically. I just think it's a thing of, Tracy Walker was handpicked by Matt Patricia for that system. And I think Glover Quin was inherited in that system. I think they really thought Glover Quin was probably going to retire. But, at the end of the day, I think Glover Quin, if the Lions would have won more, would definitely be in the Lions Ring of Honor or Hall of Fame, whatever they call it, man. He made a lot of big plays. Last year, he punched the ball off versus Adam Thielen. Big interceptions when he had the cast on his arm and with one hand. So, man, he was a straight baller. He's one of my favorite Detroit Lions. I think he may be the best, or one of the best, top 3 or top 5, however you want to rate it, best Detroit Lions free agent pickups. Martin Mayhew, he made sure he did a great job in free agent pickups, man. I will say that. Handpicking and his evaluation of free agents was way better than his draft evaluations, man. For a guy, Martin Mayhew, who was a defensive back in this league, he really didn't put a premium on defensive backs in the draft. They put a premium on the pass rush, and they just thought any old defensive back can play in a system, and it wasn't true. You seen Aaron Berry, lose us the playoff game versus New Orleans. Bill Bentley, he really never amounted to nothing. All these dudes that he picked up, man, some guys, Alex Carter, guys I can't even remember, who he picked up and who didn't produce for the Lions of Detroit. But I do agree it's time for Tracy Walker to take over next season. I think it's time to move on from every safety, including Miles Killebrew, who moved down as a linebacker. It's just time to cut bait, and if he goes somewhere else and he blossoms there, well, he didn't work in Terrell Austin's system, he didn't work in Matt Patricia's system, and somebody else can get the best out of Miles Killebrew, so be it. But a lot of the times, a lot of these GMs don't want to admit when they was wrong. And, it's too, and we're going to talk about in the offseason, man. I'll get more into this type of videos, man. But there's 2 guys he exactly got it wrong. It was Tease Tabor. He got it wrong with Miles Killebrew. And he needs to cut bait with both of them and just move on with both of them. They both been in 2 different systems and worse and worse and worse. So, my personal opinion. But I like Tracy Walker. I thought they could have played Tracy Walker at cornerback. He was a cornerback down there at Louisiana, Lafayette, wherever he come from. I think he's a better cornerback than Evan Lawson and Tease Tabor, man. They should have played him at cornerback and tried Tease at safety, but they just never wanted to do that. Maybe they're going to say the transition for Tease Tabor next year, but, Bob Quinn don't want to cut Tease Tabor he don't even make it through his rookie contract, and he don't want to admit that he was wrong about Miles Killebrew, but you was wrong. Only thing worse than the person that won't admit that they wrong, is a person that still won't admit that they wrong and try to prolong the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Cut bait, but I like Tracy Walker, man. I think it's time for him to step up and take that position. And him and Glover Quin could play together, but I think Glover just don't fit. They got to find, man, it's just another position they got to find, man. They got to find another safety. They got to find a few defensive backs. They got to find more linebackers. I don't like none of the linebackers. I like Kennard, but I like him more as a hand in the dirt pass rusher. They got to find 2 pass rushers on the end. At least two starting caliber ones. They got to, offensively, they got to find the entire right side of the line. What if Crosby ain't working yet? They got to find a right guard. Possibly they got to find a left tackle. Taylor Decker looked to be promising, but he fell off after the shoulder injury. They got to find a tight end. They got to find an offensive coordinator. They got to find a few receivers. It's a total rebuild, man. Everybody is basically getting the shades over their eyes, and you might as well cut bait with veterans, man, that ain't cutting it, that don't fit your system, man. But I think Tracy Walker is going to be formidable. I think he can be a star in this defense. And we'll see if he can stay healthy, add some muscle, get stronger. But he is Darius Slay's brother-in-law. I think a lot of people don't know that. So, but it's, the Lions ain't going to build Rome in one day or one draft. But we're going to talk about the Lions draft possibilities next in another video. It's kind of something I talked about earlier this year pertaining to Stafford in the draft. So be on the lookout for that video coming up next. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, can reach out to the email. All that information is in the description. You want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description as well. Motor City Sports Talk. Happy New Year's to everybody. One time for the one time boy, CJ Goodfella. We gone.